My beloved child, let your heart become quiet for a moment and listen as I speak to you today. This is my word for you, and I do not want you to miss it. I know where you are. I know the valley you have been walking through. I know the parts of your journey that look ordinary to others, yet feel heavy inside your soul. There are days when you keep moving because you have no choice, but your heart feels tired beneath the surface. You answer people. You smile when you need to. You do what must be done. Yet deep inside you wonder whether anyone truly sees the weight you are carrying. I see it. I see the prayers you whispered when your voice was low. I see the tears you wiped away before anyone entered the room. I see the questions you have carried quietly, not because you stopped believing, but because the road has felt longer than you expected. My beloved child, you are not invisible in the valley. You are not forgotten because the path is hard. You are not abandoned because the sky above you feels gray. The valley can make my presence feel distant, but feeling is not the same as truth. When David walked through the valley of the shadow of death, he did not say the valley vanished. He said, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Do you see? The comfort was not that the valley had disappeared. The comfort was that I was with him there. I am with you there. Not only when your faith feels strong, not only when your prayers sound confident, not only when your heart is full of courage. I am with you when your hands feel empty. I am with you when your mind feels crowded. I am with you when you do not know how to explain what is happening inside you. I am with you when all you can say is, Father, help me. And I hear that prayer clearly. Sometimes you think I only respond to long prayers, polished words, or strong declarations of faith. But I hear the prayer inside the sigh. I hear the prayer inside the silence. I hear the prayer inside the tear that falls before words can form. My beloved child, do not confuse a difficult season with my absence. A night road does not mean the guide has left. A steep climb does not mean the destination has been taken from you. A quiet heaven does not mean my heart has closed. I am working where you cannot see. I am holding what you cannot hold. I am preparing strength in you that this valley is not powerful enough to destroy. Think of Joseph when he was in the pit, long before the palace, long before anyone called him wise, long before his dream made sense. From the outside, it looked like his life had been interrupted. But I was not absent from the pit. I was not absent from the prison. I was shaping him in hidden places for a purpose he could not yet understand. So it is with you, my beloved child. There are parts of your life that feel delayed, hidden, or misunderstood. You may wonder why the road has not opened faster. You may wonder why the burden remains even after you prayed. You may wonder why peace comes in small portions instead of one sudden flood. But I am not careless with your journey. I know how much you can carry. I know when to strengthen you. I know when to shelter you. I know when to open the next door. You see today, I see the whole road. You see the stone under your foot. I see the place where the path is leading. This is why I ask you to trust me in the valley. Not because the valley is easy, but because I am faithful. Not because you understand every turn, but because I do. Not because you feel brave every morning, but because my hand remains steady even when your emotions tremble. My beloved child, I have not brought you here to lose you. I have not allowed this season to swallow your light. I have not forgotten the promises I placed over your life. The valley may be quiet, but it is not empty. The valley may be narrow, but it is not without my presence. The valley may be painful, but it can become the place where your roots reach deeper into me. A seed under the soil does not see the sun, yet life is moving inside it. It may feel buried, but it is being prepared. It may feel hidden, but it is not forgotten. In the same way, there are things growing in you that your eyes cannot yet measure. Patience is growing. Mercy is growing. Endurance is growing. A deeper kind of peace is beginning to take root. Do not despise what is being formed in silence. Do not call yourself weak because you are tired. Do not call your future lost because today feels unclear. When your steps feel slow, I do not despise them. When your worship feels quiet, I still receive it. When your hope feels like a small flame, I cup my hands around it. I know how to keep alive what the world thought would fade in you even now today. My beloved child, I know the enemy tries to speak loudly in the valley. He tells you that nothing is changing. He tells you that your prayers are falling to the ground. He tells you that others are moving forward while you are standing still. But those are not my words over you. My word over you is life. My word over you is hope. My word over you is, I am with you. Let that truth become the lamp in your hand today. You do not need to see the whole mountain. You do not need to understand the full plan. You only need enough light for the next faithful step. Breathe. Lift your head. Let your heart remember that you are seen by me. Even here, especially here, I am near. I am walking beside you in the valley, not waiting for you outside of it. And as you continue with me, I will show you that the trials surrounding you are not proof of abandonment. They are places where my grace is already at work, preparing, refining, and strengthening what I have placed within you. My beloved child, now let me speak to the fear that rises when trials remain longer than you expected. You have wondered if hardship means I have turned my face away. You have wondered if the closed door, the slow answer, the repeated pressure, and the silent waiting are signs that you have been left alone. But hear me gently. Your trials are not abandonment. The presence of difficulty does not mean the absence of my love. A storm on the road does not mean the father has stopped walking with his child. A furnace does not mean the gold has been thrown away. A pruning season does not mean the branch is rejected. Many times what feels like loss is the place where I am removing what would weaken the life I am growing within you. I know this is not easy to receive when your heart is tired. When the trial is fresh, words can feel small. When the pressure has lasted for a long time, hope can feel like a thin thread. When you have prayed and still must wait, your mind may ask, Father, why have you not changed this yet? I heard that question. I do not despise it. I am answering it with truth. My beloved child, I do not allow difficulty because I enjoy your pain. I am not a distant ruler watching you struggle from far away. I am a father near enough to count your tears, wise enough to see what you cannot see, and faithful enough to turn even hard ground into a place where roots can grow. Think of Joseph again, not only in the pit, but in the years when his life looked opposite to the promise. He was betrayed by his own brothers. He was carried away from home. He was falsely accused. He was forgotten by the person he helped. If he had judged my faithfulness by one chapter, he might have believed I had abandoned him. But I was there in every chapter. I was there when no one applauded him. I was there when his gift seemed hidden. I was there when the dream looked buried under disappointment. And at the appointed time, what looked like delay became preparation. What looked like a prison became a doorway. What looked like being forgotten became the place where I kept his heart from pride and bitterness. So do not judge your story too early, my beloved child. You are looking at a page. I am holding the whole book. You are feeling the pain of a moment. I am shaping fruit for a season you have not entered yet. You are asking why this is happening. I am also asking what this can form in you that comfort alone could never produce. Scripture says that after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace will restore, establish, strengthen, and settle you. Notice, my beloved child, the promise does not deny the suffering. It speaks my power into it. It says suffering is not the final builder of your life. I am. I restore what hardship touches. I strengthen what pressure exposes. I establish what fear tried to shake. I settle what anxiety tried to scatter. There are things in you that become strong only when they learn to lean on me. There is patience that grows when the answer is delayed. There is compassion that grows when you have known tears. There is courage that grows when you keep walking while your heart trembles. There is humility that grows when you realize you cannot carry life by your own strength. Do you see? The trial is not my abandonment. It is often the classroom where your soul learns my faithfulness in a deeper way. But I want you to understand this with tenderness. I am not asking you to pretend the trial does not hurt. I am not asking you to smile over wounds that still ache. Bring the pain to me, honestly. Bring the frustration. Bring the weariness. Bring the question you have been afraid to say. I do not heal what you hide in shame. I meet what you bring into my presence. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not overwhelm you. I did not say you would never pass through water. I promised that the waters would not own you. I promised my presence in the middle of what you feared would overtake you. My beloved child, some doors closed because I was protecting you from rooms that looked safe but carried hidden harm. Some delays remained because the blessing you desired needed a stronger foundation beneath it. Some relationships changed because I was teaching you where your peace truly comes from. Some plans fell apart because they were too small for the purpose I am preparing. You may not understand now. That is all right. Trust is not born from understanding everything. Trust is born when you place your hand in mine while the road is still unclear. Remember the Israelites at the edge of the wilderness. They wanted quick relief, but I was teaching them dependence. I gave manna day by day, not storehouses for years ahead. I taught them that my provision would meet them daily. In the same way, I may not give you every answer today, but I will give you the grace needed for today. Do not call daily grace small. Daily grace kept you breathing. Daily grace carried you through another morning. Daily grace restrained what could have destroyed you. Daily grace has been my quiet hand beneath your life. My beloved child, when trials come, the enemy will try to interpret them for you. He will say God has left you. He will say this pain proves you are forgotten. He will say your prayers did not matter, but he is a liar. Do not let darkness explain what my love is still working through. Let me interpret your season. Let me name what is happening. Let me show you that pressure can refine without destroying, that waiting can prepare without rejecting, that closed doors can protect without stealing, and that tears can water places where new life is beginning. You are not being abandoned. I am still here today. You are being held through refinement. You are being taught to stand on truth deeper than circumstances. You are being prepared for a strength that will carry more than today. So breathe again, my beloved child. Do not read this trial as the end of my care. Read it as a place where my care has entered more deeply than your eyes can see. I am still with you in the pressure. I am still working in the waiting. I am still turning what feels heavy into soil for holy growth. And as you begin to see trials through, my love, you will understand the next truth. The darkness around you has never had the power to extinguish the light I placed within you. Stay close, and I will show you how that light continues to shine even here. My beloved child, stay close as I speak to the light I placed within you. You have walked through places that felt dark enough to make you wonder whether that light was fading. You have faced days when hope seemed small, when your kindness felt tired, when your faith felt like a candle fighting against a strong wind. But hear my word for you today. The light within you cannot be extinguished. Darkness may surround you, but it cannot own what I have breathed into your spirit. Pressure may press against you, but it cannot erase my mark upon your life. Weariness may make your flame seem low, but I know how to guard even the smallest glow until it burns steadily again. Do not judge the strength of the light by how bright you feel today. A lamp still belongs to the house, even when the room is quiet. A coal still carries fire, even when ash covers its surface. A star still shines, even when clouds hide it from human eyes. In the same way, my work within you remains alive, even when your emotions cannot see it clearly. My beloved child, there is a light in you that did not begin with your own effort. It was not born from applause, success, perfect faith, or constant strength. It came from me. I formed you with a capacity for goodness, mercy, tenderness, courage, and hope. The world may overlook those things because they do not always make noise, but heaven recognizes them. John says that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. This is not only a verse to remember, it is a truth to stand on. Darkness can appear large, it can feel close, it can speak with a voice that tries to convince you that nothing will change. But darkness has limits before my light. It can surround, but it cannot conquer what I sustain. You have wondered why the battle seems intense around your heart. You have asked why certain trials press hardest against the very places where you are trying to grow. But my beloved child, a light is most visible where the night is deepest. The pressure does not prove that your light is weak. It often reveals that there is something precious in you worth protecting. Remember David before he stood before Goliath. The world saw a young shepherd with no armor that looked impressive. His own brothers misunderstood him. Saul doubted the way he was prepared. The giant mocked him. Yet I had already placed courage in him during the hidden days with the sheep. The battlefield did not create the light in David. It revealed it, so it is with you. The hard place has not created your worth. The hard place is revealing what I planted long ago. Your patience in pressure matters. Your kindness after disappointment matters. Your prayer when no one is watching matters. Your refusal to let bitterness rule your heart matters. These are not small things in my sight. They are signs that the light within you is still alive. My beloved child, I know you have been tempted to close your heart. When people misunderstand your gentleness, you may think becoming hard would be safer. When your goodness is not returned, you may think withholding love would protect you. When you are tired of giving, you may wonder if tenderness is only weakness in a cold world. But listen to me. Do not let pain teach you to become what wounded you. Do not let darkness train you to stop shining. Do not let disappointment convince you that your softness has no purpose. The softness I placed within you is not weakness. It is strength under my covering. A hard heart may avoid certain wounds, but it also blocks the flow of love. A guarded light. You can have boundaries and still have light. You can walk away and still have love. You can protect your peace and still remain gentle. My beloved child, the enemy wants you to believe that darkness wins when you feel tired. But I tell you, even your weary obedience shines before me. Even your small act of faith becomes precious when it is offered from a tired heart. Even your quiet decision to keep hoping becomes a flame that the night cannot swallow. Think of a lighthouse standing beside rough waters. It does not stop shining because the sea is loud. It does not argue with the storm. It simply remains faithful to the light it carries. Many who are lost do not need the lighthouse to explain the storm. They need it to shine steadily enough to help them find their way. I am forming that kind of steadiness in you. Not for display, not for pride, not so people will admire you, but so your life can carry my warmth into places where others have grown cold. There will be people who need the compassion you learned through your own tears. There will be people who find courage because you did not give up. There will be people who recognize my love through the way you remained gentle after storms that could have hardened you. My beloved child, this is part of your calling. You are not called to shine by pretending life has never hurt. You are called to shine because my grace has met you in the hurt and kept your heart alive. You are not called to be a light because everything is easy. You are called to be a light because my presence remains faithful even when the road is hard. Do not hide what I am restoring in you. Do not bury hope because fear says it is safer. Do not cover your light because others failed to honor it. Let me tend the flame. Let me shelter it from winds you cannot control. Let me remove the ashes of disappointment so the glow beneath can breathe again. Even now, if your heart feels dim, I am not ashamed of that dimness. I come near as the one who trims the wick, pours fresh oil, and shields the flame until it rises again. You are not failing because you need tending. You are loved because you are mine still, my child. My beloved child, I am not finished with the light in you. I am strengthening it. I am purifying it. I am teaching it to burn with peace instead of panic, with love instead of striving, with hope instead of fear. And as you receive this, you will begin to understand the next part of my work. The light in you is not formed only in public victories. Much of it is prepared in hidden seasons, in quiet fields, in waiting rooms, in places no one applauds. Stay with me, and I will show you how the seasons that felt unseen were preparing you all along. My beloved child, stay with me as I show you why the hidden seasons were never wasted. You have looked at quiet places in your life and wondered if they meant nothing. You have wondered why certain gifts remained unseen, why certain prayers seemed to grow in silence, why certain doors stayed closed, while others appeared to move forward with ease. But hear my word for you today. Hidden does not mean forgotten. Quiet does not mean useless. Waiting does not mean nothing is happening. There are seasons when I cover what I am preparing, not to punish you, but to protect what is still tender. A seed is not placed under soil because it has no value. It is placed there because life begins in a hidden place. The first movement of growth is not seen by the crowd. It happens beneath the surface where roots learn how to reach for water before branches are ready to rise. So it is with you, my beloved child. I have been growing roots in you. Roots of patience, roots of mercy, roots of discernment, roots of quiet strength, roots of faith that does not depend on being noticed. You may have thought the hidden season was a delay in your life, but many times it was the training ground of your soul. I was teaching you how to remain faithful when applause was absent. I was teaching you how to pray when no one asked how you were doing. I was teaching you how to keep your heart soft when the world did not understand the burden you carried. Remember David before the giant. Many people remember the moment he stood before Goliath, but I remember the field. I remember the unseen days with sheep. I remember the songs he sang when no audience was present. I remember the courage formed when he faced the lion and the bear before any crowd knew his name. The public victory was rooted in private faithfulness. Do you see, my beloved child? I do not begin preparing you when people begin recognizing you. I prepare you long before they can see what I placed inside you. The moment others call sudden is often the result of many quiet days with me. The door that opens quickly in human eyes may have been prepared through years of hidden surrender. This is why I do not want you to despise the season you are in. If no one sees the full weight of your obedience, I do. If no one understands how much it costs you to keep choosing faith, I do. If no one notices the small victories inside your heart, I do. I see the moment you refused bitterness. I see the moment you prayed instead of giving up. I see the moment you remained gentle when pain wanted to make you cold. None of it is wasted before me. Hidden faithfulness is precious in my sight. My beloved child, the world often celebrates what appears finished, but I cherish what is being formed. People may praise the fruit, but I care for the root. People may notice the harvest, but I know the long nights of watering, waiting, pruning, and trusting that came before it. Do not measure your season by visibility. Measure it by what I am forming in you. Think of Esther. Before she stood in courage for her people, she passed through a hidden preparation. She was not born into power as the world defines it. She was carried through loss, through uncertainty, through places where her future could not have been easily explained. Yet I was shaping wisdom in her, quiet courage in her, and a grace that would be needed for an appointed moment. When that moment came, she could not remain hidden forever. But the courage of that moment was formed before that moment arrived. So do not say your quiet season has no purpose. Do not say that because you are not yet in the open place, I am not working. I may be forming in secret what will one day carry weight in public. I may be teaching you to hear my voice in the small room before I send you to speak in a wider place. I may be deepening your compassion now, so that later your words will not be empty. My beloved child, there is a kind of strength that only grows when no one is watching. It is the strength to do what is right without needing to be praised. It is the strength to keep your promise when no one checks on you. It is the strength to choose holiness in private kindness, in pressure and trust in silence. This is not small, this is formation. Jesus taught that the Father sees what is done in secret. That means your hidden prayers are not hidden from me. Your private tears are not ignored by me. Your unseen obedience is not lost in the air. I gather what others overlook. I remember what others never knew. I bless what was offered to me without performance. You may feel as if you are behind, but you are not behind. My timing. You may feel as if nothing is moving, but roots do not announce their progress. You may feel as if the silence is empty, but silence can become a holy workshop where I shape the inner life that will sustain the outer calling. My beloved child, I know you sometimes compare your hidden season to someone else's harvest. You see their open door and wonder why yours is still closed. You see their fruit and wonder whether your seed has failed. But you do not know the full story of their roots, and they do not know the full story of yours. I am not asking you to live someone else's season. I am asking you to trust me in yours. Your path has its own rhythm. Your preparation has its own timing. Your calling has its own shape. Let me prepare you without rushing me. Let me deepen you without accusing me of delay. Let me protect what is still growing until it is ready to stand in the open air. And when the time comes, my beloved child, what I have formed in secret will not be fragile. It will carry peace. It will carry humility. It will carry wisdom that was born from waiting with me. I am teaching you to value the quiet altar, the unnoticed, yes, the steady breath of faith that remains when nothing appears to change, because these are the places where your soul learns to know me without needing the world to confirm it. Again, so breathe in this hidden place. Pray in this hidden place. Learn in this hidden place. Keep your heart open in this hidden place. I am not withholding life from you. I am building life within you. And as you become secure in what I see, you will no longer need human approval to prove that your season matters. Stay close, and I will teach you to rest in my love, not in the changing recognition of people. My beloved child, now that you understand I see what is done in hidden places, I want to speak to the longing in you that still waits for human approval. I know that longing. I know the ache of wanting someone to notice your effort, understand your heart, value your kindness, and say that what you carry matters. I do not condemn that desire. You were created for love. You were created for connection. You were created to be seen, but you were not created to build your identity on the changing eyes of people. Human approval can encourage you, but it cannot carry the weight of your soul. Praise may comfort you for a moment, but it cannot become the place where your spirit rests. Recognition may feel warm, but it cannot replace my love. My beloved child, when you depend on people to tell you who you are, your peace becomes fragile. One kind word lifts you high. One silence pulls you down. One moment of being included makes you feel secure. One moment of being overlooked makes you question your value. This is not the freedom I desire for you. Your worth is not a room people can enter and rearrange. Your value is not a light switch in another person's hand. Your identity is not waiting for a crowd to agree. I have already called your name. Isaiah says, I have called you by name, you are mine. Let that word settle deeper than every opinion. Before anyone praised you, you were mine. Before anyone misunderstood you, you were mine. Before anyone saw your gift, I had already placed it within you. Before anyone failed to honor your heart, I had already treasured it. You do not become valuable when people notice. You do not become less valuable when they do not. My beloved child, I have seen the way you sometimes bend yourself to be accepted. You soften the truth because you fear rejection. You over-explain because you fear being misunderstood. You give too much because you fear being forgotten. You hold back tears because you do not want to seem weak. You try to be everything to everyone, and then you wonder why your soul feels so tired. Come back to me. Rest in my love. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to make yourself impressive to keep my attention. You do not have to earn a place at my table. I did not invite you because you were useful. I called you because you are my beloved child. Remember Jesus at the Jordan River. Before he had preached a sermon, healed the sick, fed the crowds, or carried the cross, the Father spoke over him, You are my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased. Do you see? Love came before public work. Affirmation came before visible ministry. Identity came before assignment. So, it must be with you. If you try to serve from emptiness, you will keep looking for people to pay you back with praise. If you try to love from insecurity, you will become wounded when others do not respond as you hoped. But when you rest first in my love, you can give without begging to be seen. You can serve without secretly demanding applause. You can be kind without making kindness a bargain for approval. This is freedom, not freedom from caring about people. Freedom from needing people to be your source. My beloved child, I am not asking you to reject encouragement. Receive encouragement with gratitude. I am not asking you to stop enjoying love from others. Receive love as a gift. I am not asking you to become distant or hard. I am asking you to stop drinking from cups that were never deep enough to satisfy the thirst of your soul. Only my love can reach that depth. Only my voice can name you without confusion. Only my presence can steady you when human response changes. Think of Leah, who longed to be loved and seen. She thought that if she gave enough, bore enough, and proved enough, the heart she desired might finally turn toward her. Yet after much pain, her praise began to turn toward me. In that shift, something holy began. The longing that had been tied to human approval began to find its way toward worship. My beloved child, I know the places where you have wanted someone to choose. You validate you, defend you, or understand you. I know how much it hurt when they did not. I do not dismiss that pain. I bring tenderness to it. But I also lift your eyes higher because no human response can become the foundation of your peace. Let people love you, but do not let their love become your God. Let people appreciate you, but do not let their silence become your prison. Let people walk with you, but do not let their absence tell you that I have left. My love is steady when human love is limited. My gaze is clear when human judgment is clouded. My remembrance is faithful when people forget. Your Father who sees in secret has not missed a single act of obedience, not one prayer, not one tear, not one quiet choice to keep your heart tender. You are seen, you are known, you are loved. Rest there. When you rest in my love, your relationships become healthier. You no longer enter every conversation hungry for proof. You no longer chase people who are not assigned to walk with you. You no longer collapse when someone cannot give what only I can provide. You learn to love with open hands, not grasping hands. You will become able to bless without losing yourself. You will be able to receive correction without feeling destroyed. You will be able to be overlooked without deciding that you are worthless. You will be able to walk away from places where peace is broken without bitterness because you know your identity is safe with me. My beloved child, this is my word for you today. Stop measuring your life by applause. Stop asking every person to prove what I have already spoken. Stop exhausting yourself trying to remain visible to those who do not have the authority to define you. Let my love be the bed where your soul lies down. Let my voice be the mirror where you see yourself clearly. Let my presence become the home your heart returns to. And as you rest here, something strong and gentle will rise within you. You will not need to prove your worth. You will not need to chase attention. You will not need to fear being hidden. You will live from being loved, not toward being loved. From that place, my beloved child, you will be ready for the next work I am doing, because the heart that rests in my love can enter refining without fear. The fire will not feel like rejection when you know the hand of the Father is near. Stay close, and I will show you why the refining fire is not meant to destroy you. My beloved child, stay close as I speak to the place in you that becomes afraid when the heat of life grows stronger. You have rested in my love, and now I want you to understand the fire through that love. If you know my heart, you will not mistake my refining for rejection. If you know my hands, you will not believe the flame means I have left you. The refining fire is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to free what is true in you from what has been clinging too tightly to your soul. I know the word fire can make your heart uneasy. You think of pain, pressure, loss, and seasons when everything familiar seems to shake. You wonder why I would allow you to pass through anything that feels this intense. You ask, Father, if you love me, why does this still hurt? My beloved child, I hear that question with compassion. I do not delight in your suffering. I do not sit far away while you tremble. I am closer in the fire than you realize, like a refiner watching silver. I do not take my eyes away from what is precious. The refiner does not place silver into heat because he hates it. He does it because he knows there is beauty beneath what must be removed. Malachi speaks of the refiner who sits and purifies. Notice that, my beloved child. He sits, he remains, he watches carefully. He does not abandon the work halfway. In the same way, I am present in the process, patient with the heat, attentive to every movement, guarding what I am purifying in you. Some things in your life have looked like loss, but they were actually removal. Some comforts were removed because they had become chains. Some relationships shifted because they were feeding fear instead of faith. Some doors closed because they were leading you into a place where your light would have grown dim. Some plans failed because they were too small for the person I am forming you to become. This is not punishment. This is preparation. This is not my anger burning against you. This is my love clearing what would harm you later. My beloved child, you have carried hidden things for a long time. Quiet fears, old doubts, need for approval, wounds that made you expect rejection, habits that helped you survive but could not help you become whole. I am not exposing them to shame you. I am bringing them to the surface so they can no longer rule from the dark. Think of clay in the hands of a potter. When the potter presses, turns, reshapes, and smooths the clay may not understand the pressure. But the hands are not cruel. The hands are forming a vessel. If the clay could speak, it might ask why it is being moved again, why one shape must change into another. But the potter sees the finished vessel long before the clay understands the design. So it is with you. I see what you are becoming. I see the vessel of mercy, strength, gentleness, and wisdom that I am forming within you. The pressure does not mean you are useless. It means I am shaping you for greater capacity. My beloved child, do not run from every holy discomfort. There is discomfort that wounds, and there is discomfort that heals. There is pressure that breaks, and there is pressure that strengthens. There is heat that consumes, and there is refining fire that removes what never belonged to your true identity. I will teach you the difference. When my spirit refines you, there will still be hope in the process. You may feel convicted, but you will also feel invited. You may see what must change, but you will not be left without grace. My correction always carries a door back to life. Condemnation leaves you buried. Refining brings you out cleaner, lighter, and more able to breathe. Remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were thrown into a furnace by human cruelty, but they were not alone inside it. Another was seen walking with them in the fire. The flames did not have final authority over them. What was meant to destroy became the place where my presence was revealed. My beloved child, I am able to meet you in places you thought would consume you. I am able to stand with you in pressure. I am able to bring you out without the smell of smoke defining your future. You may come out changed, but not ruined, softer in the right places, stronger in the right places, less attached to what once controlled you, more aware of what truly matters, more ready to carry peace without pretending. That is the work I am doing. I am not burning away your tenderness. I am burning away the fear that made tenderness feel unsafe. I am not removing your dreams. I am removing the impatience that would have caused you to mishandle them. I am not taking your voice. I am purifying it so that when you speak, your words carry life instead of pain. My beloved child, let me refine without accusing me of cruelty. Let me touch what is false without believing I am taking what is good. Let me remove the weight you were never meant to carry. Let me cleanse the motives that were formed by fear. Let me free you from the need to be seen by everyone so you can become faithful before me. This process may feel slow. Some impurities rise little by little. Some lessons return until your heart learns them deeply. Some attachments loosen only as trust grows stronger. Do not despise the gradual work. I am not in a hurry because I am building what will last. A shallow flame can make noise and vanish quickly, but a holy fire works deeply, patiently, and with purpose. So when heat rises in your season, do not immediately say, God has forgotten me. Say, my Father is near. When something is removed, do not immediately say, I have lost everything. Say, my Father is making room. When conviction comes, do not hide. Say, my Father is cleansing what he loves. I love you too much to leave you covered by what dims your light. I love you too much to let fear remain on the throne. I love you too much to let old wounds decide your future. My beloved child, the refining fire is not the end of your story. It is the place where your soul learns purity, endurance, humility, and deeper trust. And when you come through, you will not shine with the fragile brightness of someone untouched by difficulty. You will shine with the quiet radiance of one who has met me in the fire and discovered that my love remained. The flame did not steal you from me. It revealed my hand was holding you all along, even when you could not see clearly. Stay with me now. After refining, I will teach you how to live by the rhythm of peace, not the rhythm of panic. My beloved child, after the refining fire has touched what needed to be cleansed, I want to teach your soul a different rhythm. You have lived too long beneath the rhythm of panic. You have answered too quickly, worried too deeply, carried tomorrow before today was finished, and allowed fear to hurry your steps before my peace could speak. But hear my word for you today. I am teaching you the rhythm of peace. Panic rushes. Peace listens. Panic imagines the worst. Peace remembers who is present. Panic says, move now or everything will fall apart. Peace says, be still and know that I am God. My beloved child, this does not mean peace is passive. Peace is not doing nothing because you are afraid. Peace is the quiet strength to move when I say move and to wait when I say wait. Peace is not confusion wearing a calm face. Peace is trust that has learned to breathe before reacting. You have sometimes believed that if you do not act immediately, you will lose control. But I am freeing you from the need to control what belongs in my hands. I am teaching you that not every open door must be entered quickly. Not every message needs an answer in haste. Not every fear deserves a full conversation in your mind. Not every storm requires you to run. Some storms require you to anchor. Some moments require you to kneel. Some decisions require you to sleep, pray, and let my wisdom rise in the morning. Psalm 46 says, be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not weakness, my beloved child. Stillness is the place where your soul stops bowing to fear and begins remembering my authority. When you are still before me, panic loses its throne. The noise may continue outside you, but it no longer gets to rule inside you. Think of Elijah after Mount Carmel. He had seen fire fall from heaven, yet he became exhausted and afraid. He ran into the wilderness, worn down by the weight of battle. I did not condemn him for needing rest. I fed him. I let him sleep. Then I brought him to the mountain, and I did not speak in the violent wind or the earthquake or the fire. I spoke in the gentle whisper, "Do you see, my beloved child?" Sometimes the answer you need will not come while your soul is rushing. Sometimes you will not hear my whisper until you slow down enough to notice that I have been near all along. Panic makes everything urgent. My voice makes what matters clear. I know the world around you moves fast. It praises speed, reaction, noise, and constant striving. It teaches you to answer before you have prayed, to decide before you have rested, to compare before you have listened, and to fear falling behind. But I do not lead you by the speed of the world. I lead you by the wisdom of heaven. A wise gardener does not pull open a flower before its season. He waters, he watches, he waits. He trusts the life working quietly within the stem. In the same way, I am asking you not to force what I am still forming. Do not mistake waiting for failure. Do not mistake slowness for absence. Do not mistake quiet for emptiness. There is a holy rhythm to your life. There is a time to speak and a time to remain silent. There is a time to plant and a time to gather. There is a time to step forward and a time to let me strengthen the roots beneath you. My beloved child, panic often comes when you forget that seasons belong to me. You look at a delay and call it denial. You look at a closed door and call it rejection. You look at another person's journey and call yourself behind. But my timing is not measured by comparison. My wisdom is not pressured by your fear. I am never late to what I have appointed. When panic rises, bring it to me before you obey it. Say, "Father, this fear is loud, but I do not want it to lead me. This thought is urgent, but I want your wisdom. This pressure is heavy, but I place it in your hands. Teach me what to do and teach me what not to do. I will answer. Sometimes I will give you courage to move. Sometimes I will give you peace to wait. Sometimes I will show you the next step. Sometimes I will simply steady your heart until the clouds clear enough for you to see." My beloved child, peace does not always come with a full explanation. Many times peace comes with my presence. It says you are not alone. It says I am still guiding. It says you do not need to solve everything tonight. It says breathe because your Father is awake. Jesus slept in the boat while the storm frightened the disciples. He was not careless, he was secure. The storm was real, but it was not greater than the one in the boat. When he spoke, the wind became still. I want you to learn from that moment. Before the sea outside you changes, let my presence quiet the sea within you. There will be days when circumstances remain unfinished, yet your heart can still rest. There will be prayers still waiting for visible answers, yet your soul can stop trembling. There will be roads still unclear, yet your steps can become steady because you are walking with me. This is the rhythm of peace. Return before reacting, pray before deciding, breathe before speaking, listen before moving, trust before understanding. My beloved child, as you practice this rhythm, your life will begin to change in quiet ways. You will no longer be pulled by every wave of urgency. You will stop treating every problem as if it must be solved by your strength alone. You will become slower to fear, slower to anger, slower to despair, and quicker to return to me. This is not small. A peaceful soul becomes a strong shelter. A peaceful heart can hear what panic misses. A peaceful life becomes light for those who are tired of chaos. I am placing that kind of peace within you. Not a shallow peace that depends on easy days, but a deep peace that remains when the answer is still unfolding. Receive it today. Let my breath slow what fear has hurried. Let my wisdom order what anxiety has scattered. Let my love teach your heart to move with me, not ahead of me. And as you learn this rhythm, I will protect the tenderness within you. Because peace is not meant to make you cold. It is meant to keep your heart soft, alive, and open while you walk through a world that often tries to harden what I have made beautiful. Stay close, my beloved child. I will show you how to keep that softness without becoming fragile, and how to let your gentleness remain as a mark of heaven upon your life through every season. My beloved child, now that I have taught you the rhythm of peace, I want to speak to the tenderness within you. I know the world has not always handled your heart. I know there have been words that cut, disappointments that stayed longer than you expected, and moments when you wondered if becoming hard would be easier than staying gentle. But hear me today. Do not lose the softness of your heart. Your softness is not weakness. Your tenderness is not foolishness. Your compassion is not a flaw in your design. I place that softness within you because it carries something of my nature, a heart that can feel still, forgive, still pray, still notice the pain of another, and still choose kindness after being wounded is not a small thing. It is a miracle I continue to protect. My beloved child, pain often tries to teach the wrong lesson. Pain says close every door. Pain says trust no one. Pain says feel nothing. Pain says if you become cold enough, nothing can touch you. But a frozen heart may avoid wounds while also losing the warmth that makes life sacred. I am not calling you to live unguarded. I am calling you to live uncorrupted. There is a difference. To guard your heart means you bring it under my wisdom. To harden your heart means you bury it under fear. Wisdom teaches you when to speak, when to be silent, when to stay, when to leave, when to forgive from a distance, and when to let healing take time. Fear teaches you to punish everyone for what a few people did. I do not want fear to become your teacher. Let me be your teacher. Proverbs says to guard your heart because from it flows the direction of life. Notice, my beloved child, I did not say abandon your heart. I did not say shut it down. I said guard it. A guarded garden is still alive. It has a fence, but it also has flowers. It has boundaries, but it still receives rain. It is protected, but it is not dead. That is the kind of heart I am forming in you. Soft but not careless, open but not naive, loving but not easily ruled by every demand, gentle but rooted in truth. My beloved child, think of Jesus when he looked over Jerusalem and wept. He knew rejection. He knew betrayal was coming. He knew many would not understand his love, yet his heart did not become cruel. He spoke truth, but he did not lose compassion. He carried authority, but he did not lose tears. He could correct, confront, and still love with purity. This is the strength I want to grow in you. Not a softness that lets people misuse you. Not a kindness that erases wisdom. Not a love that forgets truth, but a holy tenderness that remains connected to me. There will be times when you need to step back. There will be times when you need to say no. There will be times when you need to stop explaining yourself to people who are not willing to understand. There will be times when love requires distance because peace must be protected. Do not confuse distance with hatred. Do not confuse boundaries with bitterness. Do not confuse healing with becoming cold. My beloved child, I know you have asked why you should stay kind when kindness has not always been returned. You have asked why you should keep praying for people who hurt you. You have asked why you should keep believing in goodness when the world can be harsh. The answer is not because people always deserve access to your heart. The answer is because your heart belongs to me. I do not want what wounded you to own you. I do not want the pain you survived to shape you more deeply than my love. I do not want your future to be built from defense alone. I want your life to be built from truth, healing, wisdom, and grace. Remember the Samaritan woman at the well. Her story carried shame, confusion, and wounds from relationships that had not given her wholeness. Others may have seen only her past, but I saw her thirst. I met her with truth, but also with tenderness. I did not flatter her, and I did not crush her. I offered living water. That is how I meet you. I tell the truth without destroying you. I heal without shaming you. I invite you into wholeness without pretending your wounds were not real. My beloved child, let me bring living water into the places where your heart has grown dry. Let me touch the rooms where disappointment has made you cautious. Let me soften what fear has stiffened. Let me cleanse what resentment has tried to stain. You do not have to heal yourself by force. You do not have to become bright in a single day. You do not have to pretend you are restored when you still need my care. Just bring me the heart you have, even if it feels tired. Bring me the softness you are afraid to lose. Bring me the tenderness that feels fragile. I know how to strengthen what is gentle. I know how to make a heart both soft and steady. A river is soft, yet it shapes stone. Oil is gentle, yet it anoints kings and heals wounds. Morning light is quiet, yet it causes darkness to retreat. Do not despise the power of gentleness when it is joined to my spirit. My beloved child, the enemy wants your pain to make you hard because a hard heart cannot easily receive. It struggles to hear my whisper. It resists comfort. It keeps love outside the gate. But a healed heart can remain discerning without becoming closed. It can remember pain without worshiping it. It can forgive without denying truth. It can love without losing itself. This is what I am doing in you. I am not returning you to the innocence of not knowing pain. I am bringing you into the maturity of being healed through pain. You will not be the same as before, but you can become deeper, wiser, calmer, and more full of mercy. So let your heart stay soft before me. Let tears come when they need to come. Let prayer rise before anger takes over. Let compassion remain even when access must change. Let your gentleness become a witness that I am still alive within you. My beloved child, your softness is a sacred place. Guard it with wisdom, wash it with forgiveness, feed it with truth, rest it in my presence. Do not offer it carelessly to every voice, but do not bury it out of fear either. I will protect what I planted. I will heal what was bruised. I will teach you how to love without being consumed. And as your heart remains soft in my hands, you will begin to notice how much noise has drained you. The next step is holy stillness, where I restore what fear, hurry, and many voices have taken from your soul. My beloved child, now that I have spoken to the softness of your heart, I want to lead you into the stillness where that heart can breathe again. So much noise has touched you. Not only noise from the world, but noise from fear, memory, pressure, opinions, hurry, comparison, and the unfinished questions that keep circling in your mind. You have carried more sound than your soul was meant to carry. You have listened to voices that made you feel behind. You have watched things that stirred anxiety instead of faith. You have replayed conversations until peace became thin. But hear my word for you today. Holy stillness restores what noise has drained. Stillness is not emptiness. Stillness is not wasted time. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is the room where your soul remembers my voice. It is the quiet place where fear stops shouting long enough for truth to rise again. It is where the heart that has been pulled in many directions is gathered back into my hands. My beloved child, I know you often feel guilty for slowing down. You think you should be doing more, answering more, fixing more, proving more, carrying more. You think rest must be earned after everything is solved. But if you wait until life is finished before you come to me in quietness, you will remain exhausted for far too long. Come now. Come while things are unfinished. Come while your questions still remain. Come while the room inside you feels crowded. I do not ask you to arrive calm before you meet with me. I invite you to meet with me so calm can be restored. I do not ask you to silence every thought by your own strength. I invite you to bring those thoughts into my presence where what is loud begins to lose its power. Remember Elijah, my beloved child. After the fire had fallen, after the victory had come, he still found himself tired, afraid, and running. He sat beneath a broom tree and felt too weary to continue. I did not scold him for being human. I let him sleep. I gave him bread. I gave him water. Then I led him to a mountain, not to overwhelm him with more noise, but to teach him how to hear me again. The wind came, the earthquake came, the fire came, but my voice was in the gentle whisper. Do you see? Your soul may expect me only in the dramatic moment, the sudden answer, the loud sign, or the obvious miracle. Yet many times I come close in a whisper, in a quiet nudge, in a peaceful restraint, in the small inner knowing that says, wait, forgive, release, rest, step away, begin again. Noise makes you miss the whisper. Stillness helps you receive it. My beloved child, I am not against movement. There will be moments when I call you to act with courage. There will be doors to walk through, words to speak, work to do, people to love, decisions to make. But movement without stillness becomes striving. Service without stillness becomes resentment. Love without stillness becomes exhaustion. Decision without stillness becomes fear dressed as urgency. I want your actions to flow from my presence, not from panic. I want your words to come from peace, not from pressure. I want your steps to follow wisdom, not the loud demand of the moment. Psalm says, be still and know that I am God. It does not say, be still and know every answer. It does not say, be still and control every outcome. It says, be still and know me. Because when you know me in the middle of uncertainty, you do not need to know everything to keep walking. My beloved child, stillness restores your sight. Noise makes every problem look larger. Stillness places your fear beside my greatness and lets you see the difference. Noise tells you that one delay means failure. Stillness reminds you that my timing is alive. Noise tells you that one rejection defines you. Stillness reminds you that my love named you before people ever had an opinion. This is why the enemy fights your quiet. He knows that when you sit with me, lies begin to loosen. He knows that when you open Scripture, slowly truth begins to wash your thoughts. He knows that when you pray without performing, your heart begins to return home. He knows that when you breathe in my presence, anxiety no longer feels like your master. So he fills your day with distraction. He fills your mind with imagined endings. He fills your hands with unnecessary burdens. He fills your heart with the fear that if you stop, everything will fall apart. But my beloved child, the world is not held together by your constant worry. Your future is not protected by your sleepless fear. The people you love are not safer because you carry what belongs to me. Let your hands open. Let your shoulders lower. Let your spirit breathe. I am God. You are my child. That order brings peace. Think of Mary sitting at the feet of Jesus while Martha was troubled by many things. Martha loved, but her heart was scattered. Mary chose the needed thing. She sat close enough to listen. I did not shame service, but I revealed that service must be rooted in presence. The work of your hands is blessed when the heart has first rested at my feet. My beloved child, make room for holy stillness in simple ways. Sit with me before the day pulls at you. Whisper a prayer before you answer from emotion. Pause before you react. Let silence hold you for a moment before you reach for another voice. Let my word be the first sound that shapes your morning and the last truth that steadies your night. This will not always. Pains feel powerful at first. Sometimes stillness will feel uncomfortable because your soul has grown used to noise. But stay with me. Little by little, quiet will become less like emptiness and more like home. Your thoughts will settle. Your breath will slow. Your heart will remember that it is not alone. In stillness, I will return what noise has taken. I will return clarity. I will return tenderness. I will return strength. I will return peace. I will return the ability to hear me without needing the world to become silent first. My beloved child, come into the quiet place with me today. Not to escape life, but to receive what you need to walk through life with grace. I am not calling you away from your journey forever. I am calling you near, so that when you rise, your steps will be steady. I will teach you to notice grace hidden in places you once called interruption and delay. And from this holy stillness, you will begin to see your trials differently. They will no longer look only like obstacles in your way. In my hands, every trial can become a deeper road with me, a path where wisdom grows, faith matures, and your heart learns that I am guiding even when the way is narrow. My beloved child, as you rise from the quiet place, I want you to look again at the trials you once called obstacles. Not every hard road is sent to stop you. Some roads become deeper because I meet you on them. Some paths become holy because you learn to walk with me there, step after step, breath after breath, even when the way feels narrow. You have asked me to remove certain difficulties, and I have heard you. You have asked me to make the road simple, clear, and smooth. I understand that prayer. I know why your heart longs for relief. But sometimes I do not only answer by taking the trial away. Sometimes I answer by revealing myself inside it, until the place you feared becomes the place where you know me more deeply. My beloved child, every trial can become a deeper road with me. This does not mean every pain is good. It means my grace is powerful enough to enter pain and bring forth what pain could never create on its own. It means nothing you surrender to me is wasted. It means the road that bruised your feet can still become the road where your faith learns to stand. Think of the disciples when Jesus said, "Follow me." He did not promise them a path without resistance. He called them into a life where storms would come, crowds would press, questions would rise, and fear would be exposed. Yet every difficult place became another classroom of the kingdom. They learned provision when bread seemed too little. They learned courage when waves were too high. They learned mercy when people were broken. They learned dependence when their own strength failed. So it is with you. You are not walking through this season only to survive it. You are walking with me, so your soul can learn what cannot be learned from comfort alone. There is a depth of trust that grows only when the road is uncertain. There is a depth of prayer that rises only when your heart has no easy answer. There is a depth of compassion that is born when you have known loneliness, pressure, and tears. There is a depth of wisdom that comes when you stop demanding shortcuts and begin asking, "Father, what are you teaching me here?" My beloved child, I do not want you to become bitter toward the road. I want you to recognize my footsteps beside you on it. The narrow path may feel lonely, but it is not empty. The steep climb may feel tiring, but it is not without purpose. The place of delay may feel silent, but it is not outside my care. I am not only the God of open fields, I am also the God of narrow paths. I am not only the God of mountaintop moments, I am also the God who walks beside you in valleys where the shadows feel long. When Israel came to the wilderness, they saw lack. I saw formation. They saw empty ground. I saw a place where dependence would be learned one day at a time. I gave manna for the morning water from the rock, a cloud by day and fire by night. I did not always give them the whole road at once, but I gave them my presence for each step. My beloved child, you often want the whole map because you fear the next step will not be enough. But I am teaching you that my presence is better than a map without me. A map can show direction, but it cannot comfort your heart. A plan can organize your thoughts, but it cannot hold your soul. My presence does what no answer can do. It steadies you from within. This is why the road matters. On the road you learn my nearness. On the road you learn my patience. On the road you learn that my voice can guide you even when the horizon is covered. Do not despise the lessons of the road. Do not call every difficult turn a mistake. Do not decide that because the path is longer it is wrong. Some of the most sacred places in your life will be places you would not have chosen. Yet later you will say, God met me there. You may not say it with excitement at first. You may say it with tears. You may say it quietly, but you will know that I was there. My beloved child, there are burdens I am using to teach you surrender. There are delays I am using to teach you patience. There are disappointments I am using to teach you discernment. There are closed doors I am using to teach you trust. There are losses I am using to loosen your hands from what could not carry your future. This is not abandonment. This is not random. This is the holy work of a father who knows how to lead his child through roads that become revelation. Remember the road to Emmaus. 2 disciples walked with sadness, thinking the story had ended in loss. Their eyes did not recognize that Jesus was walking beside them. Yet as he spoke, their hearts burned within them. The road of confusion became a road of revelation. The road of disappointment became a place where Scripture opened and hope returned. My beloved child, sometimes you do not recognize me on the road because sorrow has covered your sight, but I am still there. I can walk beside you while you are confused. I can speak truth while your heart is heavy. I can turn a road of questions into a road where your spirit begins to burn with life again. So keep walking, not in denial, not pretending the road is easy, not forcing yourself to feel strong every moment. Keep walking because I am with you. Keep walking because grace is meeting you today. Keep walking because the next step taken with me is never empty. Keep walking because what feels like a detour may be the very path where I am deepening your roots. My beloved child, let this trial become a place of communion. Talk to me here. Listen here. Learn here. Bring me the fear that rises here. Let me show you hidden springs in dry ground. Let me show you strength you did not know I had placed within you. Let me teach you that the road is not only something to escape. It can become a place where your heart knows mine more truly. You are not being asked to understand every bend before you take it. You are being invited to trust the one who knows the end from the beginning. I will not waste your footsteps. I will not abandon your questions. I will walk with you until the road itself becomes living testimony. And as this road leads you onward, you will soon face moments when the wind rises and the storm feels close. Do not be afraid. The same Father who walks with you on the deeper road will also teach you how to trust me in the middle of the storm. My beloved child, now that the deeper road has brought you near the sound of rising wind, I want to speak to you in the middle of the storm, not after it ends, not only when the sky clears, not only when the waves become quiet enough for your heart to feel safe again. I want to speak to you here while the rain is still falling and the questions are still moving inside you. Trust me in the middle of the storm. I know this is where trust feels hardest. It is easier to speak of faith when the shore is visible. It is easier to believe when the boat feels steady. It is easier to praise when the answer has already arrived. But the kind of trust I am forming in you is not shallow. It is not built only for calm days. It is being rooted deep enough to remain when the wind pushes against your face. My beloved child, storms reveal what your soul has been leaning on. They reveal whether your peace depends on perfect conditions or whether it has learned to rest in my presence. They reveal the fears you have hidden, the burdens you have carried alone, and the places where you have believed you must save yourself. I do not show you these things to shame you. I show them to bring you closer. When the disciples were on the sea and the waves rose around them, they saw danger. They saw water filling the boat. They saw the possibility of loss. Their hearts cried out, "Lord, save us." And I did not condemn them for being afraid. I rose, I spoke. I showed them that the storm was not greater than the one who was with them. My beloved child, I am still the one in the boat. You may not always feel me moving immediately. You may wonder why I seem quiet when everything around you feels loud. You may ask why I have not stopped the wind as quickly as you hoped. But my stillness is not weakness. My timing is not neglect. My presence in the boat means the storm does not have final authority over you. Hear me carefully. The storm can shake the boat, but it cannot remove my covenant. The storm can disturb your emotions, but it cannot erase my promise. The storm can make the night feel long, but it cannot cancel the morning I am preparing. You have sometimes believed that peace means the storm must end first, but I am teaching you a deeper peace. Peace that begins while the waves still rise. Peace that breathes while the answer is still unseen. Peace that says, I do not understand everything, but I know who is with me. This is holy trust, not pretending, not denying, not forcing yourself to sound strong. Holy trust is bringing me your trembling heart and saying, Father, I am afraid, but I will not let fear become my God. I do not see the shore, but I believe you are still guiding. I do not know how this will end, but I know you are faithful. My beloved child, remember Peter on the water. He did not walk because the sea became solid. He walked because my voice called him. For a moment his eyes were fixed on me, and the impossible held him up. But when he looked at the wind, fear began to pull him down. Even then, I did not let him drown. I reached for him. This is what I want you to know. Even when your focus slips, my hand does not. Even when fear rises, my mercy reaches. Even when your faith feels small, I am near enough to save. Do not despise yourself because the storm made you afraid. Bring that fear to me. Do not hide your trembling. Do not pretend your heart is calm if it is not. I am not looking for a performance. I am inviting you into dependence. Faith is not the absence of every anxious feeling. Faith is the decision to keep turning toward me when anxiety speaks loudly. My beloved Shanganga, many forms. A relationship changes, a door closes, a report unsettles you, a plan falls apart, money becomes uncertain, health feels fragile, a family burden grows heavy, your own thoughts become a storm inside you. I know every kind of wind that has touched your life. None of it is too loud for me. None of it is too complex for my wisdom. None of it is beyond the reach of my care. When you do not know what to do, begin with what is simple. Breathe in my presence, speak my name. Open your hands, let your shoulders lower. Say, Father, I belong to you. Say, you are here with me. Say, lead me one step at a time. You do not need the strength for the entire storm tonight. You need grace for the next breath. You need grace for the next prayer. You need grace for the next faithful step, and I will give it. I fed Elijah one meal at a time when he was exhausted. I gave Israel manna one morning at a time in the wilderness. I guided my people by cloud and fire, step by step. I have always known how to give enough light for the moment in front of my children. So do not demand from yourself what I have not required. Do not carry tomorrow waves while today wave is still passing. Do not build imagined disasters in your mind and then call them wisdom. Let me teach you the difference between preparation and panic. Preparation listens, panic spirals. Preparation prays, panic predicts ruin. Preparation obeys the next clear step. Panic tries to control the whole sea. My beloved child, I am teaching you to trust me without controlling the storm. Let the wind remind you to anchor in me. Let the waves remind you that you are not your own rescuer. Let the dark sky remind you that my light is not dependent on the weather around you. The storm is not your master. Fear is not your shepherd. I am, and I will lead you through. There will come a time when you look back and see that I was more present than you knew. You will see that I strengthened your heart while you thought nothing was happening. You will see that I protected what you could not protect. You will see that the waves which frightened you were never outside my command. My grace is moving beneath what your eyes cannot measure today, even while the waters continue to move. Until then, trust me here, in the middle, in the unfinished place, in the hour when faith feels costly. I am with you in the boat. I am holding you on the water. I am speaking peace over what feels impossible. And as you learn to trust me in storms, you will be ready to see another truth, my beloved child. I am able to work good through what you do not yet understand. My beloved child, after I have taught you to trust me in the middle of the storm, I want to speak to the questions that remain when the wind does not immediately stop. You may believe that I am with you, yet still wonder why I allowed certain turns, losses, delays, and doors to close in ways you did not expect. I know those questions. I am not offended by them. Bring them into my presence as honest places where I can meet you with truth today. My beloved child, I work good through what you do not yet understand. This does not mean every painful thing is good by itself. It means my wisdom is greater than the painful thing. It means the chapter that made no sense to you can still be woven into a story of redemption by my hand. You see fragments. I see the whole pattern. You see one thread pulled tightly through the cloth. I see the picture being formed on the other side. A tapestry looks confusing from beneath. Knots, loose ends, uneven colors, and crossing threads can appear like disorder. But the weaver sees what the lower side cannot see. He knows where each color belongs. He knows beauty is being formed even when the process looks tangled. So it is with your life, my beloved child. You have seen threads that looked misplaced. A friendship ended. A plan collapsed. A prayer seemed delayed. A season changed before you felt ready. You asked, Father, how can anything good come from this? I heard you, and I am still weaving. Romans says that all things work together for good for those who love me and are called according to my purpose. Notice, my beloved child. It does not say all things feel good. It does not say all things are simple. It does not say all things will be understood quickly. It says I work them together. That means your pain is not stronger than my purpose. Your confusion is not stronger than my wisdom. I am able to gather what looks scattered. I am able to restore what looks broken. I am able to turn even a closed road into protection, preparation, or redirection. Think of Moses at the Red Sea. Before him was water. Behind him was an army. To the people, it looked like a trap. To fear, it looked like the end. But to me, it was a place where deliverance would be revealed. The sea that seemed to block the way became the path through which my people walked. My beloved child, some things that look like barriers are not final walls. In my hands, they can become pathways. Some delays are not denials. They are places where I am positioning what you cannot yet see. Some disappointments are not evidence that you failed. They are moments where I am moving you away from what would not have carried my best for you. I know you want clarity. I know your heart longs to understand why certain things happened as they did. But clarity often unfolds slowly. I do not always give the whole explanation at once because I am not only answering your mind, I am forming your trust. I am teaching your heart to rest in my character before it rests in a full explanation. My beloved child, you do not need to understand everything to be held. You do not need to see the outcome to be loved. You do not need to have every answer to keep walking with me. There are blessings I protected you from because they were not truly blessings. There were relationships I loosened because they were quietly draining what I was trying to grow in you. There were opportunities I closed because they looked bright but would have led you into heaviness. There were seasons I slowed down because your soul needed strengthening before the next step. You may call it delay. I may call it mercy. You may call it loss. I may call it rescue. You may call it silence. I may call it preparation. My beloved child, remember Joseph when he finally stood before his brothers again. What they meant for harm I used for good, but he did not see that sentence clearly in the pit. He did not feel it fully in the prison. He lived through years where the pieces seemed painful and unfair. Yet I was working through every place not to excuse the wrong done to him, but to bring forth purpose beyond what the wrong could control. This is important. I do not call evil good. I overcome evil with good. I do not pretend wounds do not matter. I heal wounds and use healed places to carry compassion, wisdom, and strength. My beloved child, there are parts of your story you still cannot name with peace. That is all right. Bring them to me slowly. You do not have to force meaning before your heart is ready. You do not have to make spiritual phrases cover a wound that still needs my touch. Let me sit with you there. Let me speak gently. Let me show you little by little that even the places you did not choose are not outside my reach. I am not limited by what confused you. I am not blocked by what surprised you. I am not helpless before what broke your heart. I am God in the middle of unfinished understanding. When you cannot trace my hand, trust my heart. When you cannot explain the road, lean into my presence. When you cannot see how the pieces will fit, keep giving me the pieces. I know how to build altars from stones you thought were only burdens. I know how to turn dry ground into a place where new water rises. I know how to plant hope in soil that grief has touched. My beloved child, do not let what you do not understand make you suspicious of my love. Questions can come, but let them come into my arms. Tears can fall, but let them fall near my feet. Confusion can speak, but do not let it become louder than my promise. I am still working good. Not always quickly, not always visibly, not always in the way you expected, but faithfully, wisely, and with love that does not sleep. One day you will see more than you see now. Some things will make sense in time. Some things will only be fully understood in my presence. But even before understanding comes, peace can begin. Because your life is not held by explanation. Your life is held by me. So trust me with the unfinished places. Trust me with the unanswered why. Trust me with the road that curved differently than you planned. I am weaving. I am restoring. I am turning what you surrender into soil for grace. And from this trust, I will lead you into the next faithful step. You do not need to fix the whole future today. You only need to obey the small light I place before you, because small steps of obedience shape your future. My beloved child, now that you have placed the unfinished places into my hands, I want to bring your attention to the small light before your feet. You do not need to carry the whole future today. You do not need to solve every question before you obey. You do not need a complete map to take the next faithful step with me. Small steps of obedience shape your future. I know you often wait for something large, clear, and unmistakable. You want a door to swing open, a voice to thunder, a sign to remove every doubt, and a path so obvious that fear cannot argue with it. But many times, my guidance comes as a simple invitation. Pray now. Forgive today. Be patient here. Speak gently. Rest tonight. Tell the truth. Let go. Begin again. Do not despise the small instruction. A small seed can carry a great tree. A small flame can light a dark room. A small yes can open a long road of grace. My beloved child, your future is not formed only by dramatic moments. It is formed by the quiet choices you make when no one is watching. It is formed when you choose faith instead of fear. It is formed when you choose honesty instead of hiding. It is formed when you choose peace instead of reaction. It is formed when you return to me after wandering in worry. These choices may look small to the world, but heaven does not measure as the world measures. I see the obedience inside your ordinary day. I see when you stop yourself from speaking harshly. I see when you pray before answering. I see when you forgive again, not because the wound was small, but because you refuse to let bitterness become your home. My beloved child, remember Naaman. He wanted healing, but the instructions seemed too simple. Wash in the Jordan. His pride struggled with the simplicity of the command. He expected something grand, something dramatic, something that matched the size of his need. Yet the miracle was hidden inside humble obedience. Do you see? Sometimes the step I give you will feel too small for the problem in front of you. You may ask, Father, how can this little act matter when the situation feels so large? But obedience is not powerful because it looks impressive. Obedience is powerful because it joins your heart to my will. Naaman was not healed by pride, noise, or human importance. He was healed when he lowered himself into the simple command. In the same way, my beloved child, do not overlook the simple thing I am asking of you. It may be to apologize. It may be to stop returning to what weakens you. It may be to open Scripture before opening fear. It may be to show up faithfully where you are tired. It may be to make one call, write one sentence, take one walk, drink water, sleep, breathe, and let me restore your body as well as your soul. Not every holy step feels spiritual on the surface. Sometimes obedience looks like rest because your body is not an enemy of your calling. Sometimes obedience looks like silence because not every accusation deserves your voice. Sometimes obedience looks like asking for help because humility opens doors pride keeps closed. Sometimes obedience looks like waiting because I am still preparing what you cannot see. My beloved child, the enemy wants you to ignore small obedience. He wants you to believe that if you cannot do everything, you should do nothing. He wants you to stare at the mountain until you forget the stone beneath your foot. He wants you to become paralyzed by the size of the journey. But I lead step by step. I give daily bread. I place a lamp at your feet, not always a floodlight over the whole valley. Scripture says, "My word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path." A lamp does not show every mile at once. It shows enough for the next step. This is how I train trust. This is how I keep your heart close to mine. If you saw everything at once, you might run ahead in your own strength. But when I give light step by step, you learn to walk with me. My beloved child, consistency matters more than intensity. One prayer in the morning, one moment of gratitude, one act of kindness, one boundary kept, one temptation resisted, one truth remembered, one fear surrendered. These are not weak things. They are stones in the foundation of the future I am building in you. A house does not rise from one large stone. It rises from many stones placed faithfully one after another. A harvest does not come from one dramatic day in the field. It comes from repeated sowing, watering, waiting, and tending. A life rooted in me is shaped the same way. Do not wait until you feel strong to obey. Obey and strength will meet you on the road. Do not wait until you feel certain to take the next faithful step. Step and clarity will often rise as you walk. Do not wait until all fear disappears. Bring fear with you and let obedience teach it to bow. My beloved child, I am not asking you for a life you cannot offer. I am asking for the next yes. Give me the next honest prayer. Give me the next surrendered thought. Give me the next moment of patience. Give me the next decision to trust. Give me the next act of love done quietly without needing applause. These small yeses are not disappearing into the air. They are shaping you. They are strengthening spiritual muscle. They are teaching your mind to return to truth faster. They are teaching your heart that my ways lead to life. They are creating pathways of peace where anxiety once walked freely. One day you will look back and see that your future was not built only by the big moments you remember. It was built by many hidden yeses. It was built by mornings when you chose hope. It was built by evenings when you released what you could not fix. It was built by ordinary obedience repeated until your soul became steady. So begin where you are, not where you wish you were, not where someone else is, not where fear says you should already be. Begin here with me. My beloved child, take the next step. Let it be small if it must be small. Let it be quiet if it must be quiet. Let it be unseen if it must be unseen. I see it. I bless what is offered to me in faith. What feels quiet today may become the strength that keeps your heart standing when the season suddenly changes again tomorrow. And as these small steps continue, roots will begin to grow beneath the surface of your life. You will not always notice them at first, but they will hold you when stronger winds come. Stay close, and I will teach you how to build roots before the storm arrives. My beloved child, now I want to speak to the roots that are growing beneath the surface of your life. You may not see them each day, but I see them. Every small step of obedience, every quiet prayer, every choice to return to me, every moment you choose peace over panic is becoming part of a deeper strength within you. Build roots before the storm comes. Do not wait for the wind to rise before you begin learning how to stand. Do not wait for the rain to fall before you seek shelter in me. Do not wait until fear is loud before you remember my voice. I am teaching you to live prepared, not frightened. Prepared does not mean anxious. Prepared means rooted. A tree with shallow roots may look beautiful in calm weather. Its leaves may shine, its branches may stretch wide. But when a strong storm comes, what was hidden beneath the soil is revealed. The strength of a tree is not only in what people see above ground. Its true stability is in what has been growing quietly, where no eye could applaud. So it is with you, my beloved child. Your visible life is supported by your hidden life. Your public strength is supported by private surrender. Your ability to endure tomorrow is shaped by what you allow me to form in you today. This is why I call you to prayer before trouble comes. Not because I want you afraid of trouble, but because prayer makes room for my presence to become familiar. When you have learned my voice in quiet mornings, you will recognize it in difficult nights. When you have practiced bringing small worries to me, you will know how to bring larger burdens to me. When your heart has rested in my truth during calm days, it will remember that truth when circumstances begin to shake. My beloved child, remember Noah. Long before rain fell, he obeyed. Long before the flood was visible, he built. To others, his obedience may have looked strange. The sky did not yet explain his labor. The weather did not yet justify his faith. But he trusted my word before the storm gave proof. This is the kind of faith I am forming in you. Faith that prepares because I have spoken. Faith that obeys before everyone understands. Faith that builds what I asked you to build, even when the season still looks ordinary. There are things I am asking you to build now that will shelter you later. Build a life of prayer. Build a habit of gratitude. Build honesty in your speech. Build forgiveness into your heart. Build wisdom into your choices. Build rest into your rhythm. Build scripture into your thoughts. Build relationships with people who pull you toward light, not away from it. These are not small things. They are roots. They are boards in the ark. They are stones in the foundation. They are quiet preparations for seasons you cannot yet see. My beloved child, storms do not always announce themselves early. Sometimes life changes suddenly. A call comes, a door closes, a relationship shifts, a plan breaks. An emotion rises with more force than expected. If your soul has not been rooted, the suddenness can make you feel lost. But if you have been growing roots in me, the storm may shake your branches, yet it will not own your roots. I am not promising that rooted people never feel wind. I am promising that rooted people are not carried away by every wind. A rooted heart can cry and still trust. A rooted mind can be confused and still return to truth. A rooted life can bend under pressure and still not break away from me. My beloved child, do not measure preparation only by dramatic spiritual moments. Roots grow in ordinary soil. They grow when you choose patience in traffic. They grow when you turn off a voice that feeds anxiety. They grow when you apologize quickly. They grow when you read one passage slowly instead of letting fear write the whole day. They grow when you rest instead of proving your worth through exhaustion. I am often forming strength through simple faithfulness. You may want a sudden transformation, but I often build through daily turning. A little surrender here, a little truth there, a little courage in the morning, a little forgiveness at night, a little silence before speaking, a little trust before understanding. These little things go deep. The world looks for quick height. I look for deep roots. The world asks how large the branches are. I ask whether the tree can remain when seasons change. Psalm speaks of the person planted by streams of water bearing fruit in season with leaves that do not wither. Notice, my beloved child, the tree is planted before the heat comes. It is nourished before drought is felt. Its fruit appears in season because its roots have learned where to drink. Let me plant you by living water. Let my word become the stream your thoughts return to. Let prayer become the place where your heart drinks. Let worship become the air around your roots. Let obedience become the soil where your future grows. My beloved child, I know consistency can feel hidden. You may wonder if it matters when nobody notices. You may wonder if one prayer changes anything. You may wonder if one quiet choice of faith has weight. But roots do not grow by applause. Roots grow by connection. Every time you turn toward me, connection deepens. Every time you trust me with a small thing, your spirit learns where life comes from. Do not wait until you are desperate to become close to me. Come while the day is normal. Come while the room is calm. Come while you still have strength. Come before the storm so that when the storm arrives, your heart already knows the way home. My beloved child, this is not fear-based living. This is love-based preparation. A wise parent teaches a child to walk before the path becomes difficult. A shepherd keeps the sheep near before night falls. A builder lays the foundation before the house carries weight. In the same way, I am calling you into deeper roots because I love you, because I know what your future will require, and because I intend to sustain you through it. So keep building quietly. Keep praying quietly. Keep choosing truth quietly. Keep returning to me quietly. One day you will see that the hidden roots saved you from collapse. You will see that the small obedience was not small at all. You will see that the habits formed in peace, became strength in pressure. You will see that I was preparing you before you knew what you were being prepared for. Today is not empty in my sight. Today is a holy field where tomorrow begins to take shape through surrender and trust with quiet faith. And from these roots, my beloved child, your future will continue to be formed, not only by dreams far ahead, but by the choices you place in my hands today. My beloved child, now I want you to understand why this day matters more than fear has told you. You may look at today and think it is ordinary. You may see the same responsibilities, the same questions, the same unfinished prayers, but I see something deeper. I see today as soil where your future is being formed. Your future is being formed through today choices, not through fear about tomorrow, not through regret over yesterday, not through comparison with someone else's path, through the small choices you place in my hands today. My beloved child, the future does not arrive only in one dramatic moment. It is shaped quietly, often through things that seem too simple to matter. The words you speak today, the thought you refuse to believe today, the prayer you offer today, the boundary you keep today, the forgiveness you begin today, the courage you choose today. These are not scattered moments, they are seeds. A field does not become fruitful because someone wishes for harvest. It becomes fruitful because seeds are placed into the ground, watered, guarded, and given time. In the same way, do not only dream about the life you desire, sow into it with faith, sow with obedience, sow with patience, sow with truth. I know you sometimes want me to show you the entire road before you take the next step. You ask, Father, where will this lead? How will this work? When will things change? What if I choose wrong? What if I am too late? What if the door never opens? I hear all of that. But my beloved child, I am not asking you to live every future day right now. I am asking you to be faithful with this day. I give grace for today. I give wisdom for today. I give strength for today. Tomorrow will have its own grace when you arrive there. Think of Abraham. I called him to leave what was familiar and go to a land I would show him. I did not place every detail before his eyes at once. I gave him a call and he took a step. His future unfolded through obedience he could not fully explain. He became a traveler of promise before he became a witness of fulfillment. So it is with you. You may not understand every result of your obedience now, but each faithful step becomes part of the road I am building beneath your feet. My beloved child, there is power in choosing well when nothing feels different yet. There is power in waking up and saying, I will not let fear guide me today. I will not let bitterness speak for me today. I will not let discouragement decide what I believe today. I will come back to my Father today. Heaven notices that decision. Your soul changes through that decision. Your future is touched by that decision. I am not asking you for perfect performance. I am not asking you to become strong in one morning. I am inviting you into daily surrender. If you stumble, return. If you feel weak, lean. If you are confused, ask. If you feel tired, rest in me before you continue. Do not turn one hard day into a prophecy over your whole life. A difficult morning does not cancel my promise. A moment of weakness does not erase my work. A tearful prayer can still be a doorway. A tired yes can still be holy. My beloved child, be careful what you rehearse in your mind today. Thoughts become paths when you walk them often. If you rehearse fear, fear feels familiar. If you rehearse shame, shame feels like truth. If you rehearse my word, truth becomes a path your heart can return to more easily. This is why I call you to renew your mind. Not because I want you to pretend pain is not real, but because I want truth to become stronger than the story fear keeps repeating. Let my word shape your inner conversation. Let my promises interrupt the old sentences that have kept you small. Say, I am held. Say, I am being led. Say, I do not have to understand everything to obey today. Say, my Father is faithful. These simple words can become stones in the foundation of your future. My beloved child, the choices you make with your body also matter. Rest matters. Nourishment matters. Breathing matters. Stepping away from what feeds anxiety matters. Your body is not separate from the life I am forming. When Elijah was exhausted, I did not first give him a lecture. I gave him sleep, bread, and water. Sometimes the holiest choice is to receive care instead of forcing yourself forward in emptiness. Choose what helps life grow. Choose what brings your heart back to me. Choose what protects the light I placed within you. Choose what makes room for peace. You may think these choices are too small to shape anything, but small rivers carve valleys over time. Small drops fill vessels. Small acts of faith become a life of trust. The enemy wants you to believe only large moments count, because then you will overlook the daily places where grace is waiting. But I am in the daily place. I am with you in the kitchen, in the car, at the desk, beside the bed, during the walk, before the difficult conversation, after the disappointing news. I am with you when you choose patience while no one sees. I am with you when you choose prayer before panic. I am with you when you choose hope after another delay. My beloved child, do not surrender today to dread of tomorrow. Dread spends strength on a future not yet given to you. Trust invests today into my hands. Dread says, what if everything falls apart? Trust says, even if I do not know everything, I know my Father will be there. Let trust lead this day. Let obedience shape this day. Let gratitude open this day. Let forgiveness cleanse this day. Let courage take one step in this day. If you keep placing today in my hands, you will discover that your future is not built by anxiety. It is built by faithfulness. It is built by grace received and grace obeyed. It is built by the quiet partnership of your heart with my spirit. One day you will look back and see that I was forming more than circumstances. I was forming you. I was teaching you to choose life when death spoke loudly. I was teaching you to choose light when darkness pressed near. I was teaching you to choose trust when understanding felt incomplete. So give me today, my beloved child, not a perfect day, a surrendered day, a day where you return when you drift, a day where you listen when I whisper, a day where you plant what you want to see grow. And as today choices take root, you will begin to see something beautiful. I can bring life into places you thought were dry, still, and beyond repair. Stay close, and I will show you how I breathe life into dry places. My beloved child, now, I want to speak to the places in you that feel dry. You have given me today, and now I am asking you to trust me with the parts of your life that no longer look alive, the places where hope feels thin, the places where prayer feels quiet, the places where dreams, joy, courage, or desire seem to have fallen asleep. Hear my word for you today. I can breathe life into dry places. What looks dry to you is not beyond my reach. What looks silent is not beyond my voice. What looks delayed is not beyond my timing. What looks finished may only be waiting for my breath. My beloved child, you have looked at certain parts of your heart and wondered if they would ever feel alive again. You have wondered if the old joy could return. You have wondered if your faith could become warm again. You have wondered if the dream you carried was only a memory. You have wondered if love, peace, or purpose could rise after so much disappointment. I saw every one of those questions. I did not turn away from them. I came near. Dryness does not frighten me. Emptiness does not confuse me. Silence does not limit me. I spoke into darkness in the beginning, and light came forth. I formed humanity from dust and breathed life into what had no breath. I am still the God who brings living breath where human eyes see only dust. Remember the valley of dry bones. The prophet saw bones scattered across the ground, very dry, with no strength, no movement, no visible future. To human sight it was over. But I asked, can these bones live? The answer did not come from the bones. The answer came from my power. When my word was spoken, what had been scattered began to come together. What had been lifeless began to rise. Breath entered, and a vast army stood. My beloved child, I am able to speak over what looks scattered in you. I can gather what grief divided. I can strengthen what weariness weakened. I can awaken what disappointment buried. Do not decide too quickly that a dry place is a dead place. Sometimes dryness reveals thirst. Sometimes thirst reveals where living water must flow. Sometimes the area you call empty is the place I am preparing to fill in a deeper way. I know spiritual dryness can feel frightening. You may pray and feel little. You may read scripture and feel distracted. You may worship and wonder why your heart seems slow to respond. But feeling dry does not mean you are rejected. It may mean your soul is thirsty, tired, or in need of quiet tending. Come to me there. Do not hide the dryness. Do not decorate it. Do not pretend the spring is full if your heart feels like dust. Bring it honestly, and let me meet you without shame. My beloved child, I am not offended by your need. I am the fountain. I am not angered by your thirst. I am the living water. I do not despise a cracked vessel. I know how to fill, mend, and strengthen what life has worn down. Think of Hagar in the wilderness. She was alone, exhausted, and afraid for her child. Her situation looked hopeless, yet I heard the cry. I opened her eyes to see a well nearby. The provision had not been absent, but she needed me to reveal it. In the same way, there may be wells near you that fear has hidden from your sight. I will open your eyes. I will show you grace you did not notice. I will reveal provision in simple places. I will teach you to drink again. My beloved child, do not rush resurrection. Life often returns quietly before it becomes visible. A branch begins to receive sap before leaves appear. Soil receives rain before green breaks through. The body receives breath before it stands and walks. In the same way, I may begin renewing you in ways that feel small. A calmer morning, a softer prayer, a moment of gratitude, a desire to try again, a tear that washes the heart instead of drowning it. These are signs of life. Do not dismiss them. I am breathing there. The enemy wants you to look at dry places and speak final words over them. He wants you to say, "This will never change. I will never feel joy again. I will never heal. I will never become strong. I will never love freely. I will never hear God clearly." But those are not my words. Do not let despair become a prophet over your future. Let my words speak louder. I am making streams in the desert. I am bringing water to thirsty ground. I am doing a new thing even before you fully perceive it. My beloved child, renewal does not always begin with excitement. Sometimes it begins with surrender. Sometimes it begins with one honest prayer. Sometimes it begins when you stop pretending you are fine and whisper, "Father, I need you here." That prayer may sound small, but it opens a door for grace. Let me enter the dry room. Let me touch the unused gift. Let me breathe over the tired dream. Let me water the hardened soil. Let me restore the place where disappointment trained you to expect nothing. You are not too late for my breath. You are not too broken for my hand. You are not too dry for my river. The season may have drained you, but it has not disqualified you. What I placed in you still belongs to me, and I know how to revive what belongs to me. My beloved child, life from me is not forced. It is received. You do not have to manufacture revival by your own strength. You do not have to push your heart into emotion. You do not have to perform spiritual energy. Come close, stay open. Let my spirit move with gentleness and power. Little by little, breath returns. Little by little, hope rises. Little by little, what felt empty begins to receive life again. And when I breathe life into dry places, I do not only restore what was lost, I deepen it. The joy that returns will have wisdom in it. The faith that rises will have roots in it. The love that grows again will have discernment in it. The peace that comes will be stronger than before. So bring me the dry valley. Bring me the quiet heart. Bring me the tired dream. Bring me the place you stopped mentioning because you feared nothing would change. I am not finished there. I am breathing now. I am already moving beneath what your eyes cannot measure, even in this quiet hour today. Stay near, my beloved child. As life begins to rise again, I will teach you another secret of my kingdom. Peace does not have to wait until every storm is over. Even while clouds remain, my breath can make your heart steady, and my peace can come before the storm ends. My beloved child, as my breath begins to bring life into dry places, I want you to understand how my peace works. You have often waited for the storm to end before allowing your heart to rest. You have said, when the answer comes, then I will breathe. When the problem changes, then I will feel safe. When the door opens, then I will have peace. But hear my word for you today. Peace comes before the storm ends. The peace I give is not a reward that appears only after everything becomes easy. It is my presence entering the middle of what still feels unfinished. It is the calm strength of heaven resting inside you while the clouds still remain. It is the assurance that you are held before you can explain how the situation will be resolved. My beloved child, I know the storm has been loud. I know there are matters, still unsettled prayers, still waiting conversations, still difficult, and burdens still heavier than you wanted them to be. I know you have wished for one clear sign that everything would be all right. Yet I am teaching you to recognize a deeper sign. not the absence of trouble, but the presence of my peace within it. Do not think peace is fake because circumstances are still hard. Peace is not pretending the rain has stopped. Peace is being sheltered by me while rain continues to fall. Peace is not denying the wind. Peace is knowing the wind does not have final authority over your life. Jesus said, "My peace I give to you, not as the world gives." The world gives peace by arranging conditions around you. I give peace by anchoring my life within you. The world says, "Be calm because nothing is wrong." I say, "Be calm because I am with you even when much still feels wrong." My beloved child, this is why peace can arrive before answers. My peace does not wait for every question to be solved. It comes because I am near. It comes because my spirit reminds your soul that you are not abandoned. It comes because the Father who began the work is still faithful to finish what belongs to him. Think of Paul and Silas in prison. Their feet were fastened, their backs were wounded, the night was dark, the circumstances did not look peaceful. Yet in that midnight place they prayed and sang. They did not sing because the prison doors had opened. They sang before the doors opened, because their spirits had found something stronger than chains. Do you see? Peace can sing before the lock breaks. Peace can breathe before the report changes. Peace can rest before the road clears. Peace can rise in the heart before the outside world knows anything has shifted. My beloved child, I am not asking you to deny the storm. I am asking you not to let the storm define my nearness. There are moments when your body may still feel tired, your mind may still have questions, and your emotions may still tremble. But deep beneath that, my peace can settle like a stone at the bottom of a river. The surface may move, but the depth remains held. Let me take you deeper than the surface. Surface peace depends on quick results. Deep peace depends on my character. Surface peace disappears when someone speaks harshly, when plans change, when news comes late, or when another delay appears. Deep peace returns to this truth. My Father is still here. My Father still sees. My Father still leads. My Father has not lost his way. My beloved child, you may ask, how do I receive this peace when my heart feels restless? Begin by stopping the argument with every anxious thought. You do not have to answer fear all day. Bring the thought to me. Place it in my hands. Say, "Father, I cannot carry this," and stay whole. I give it to you again. Again is not failure. Again is faithfulness. Each time you return to me, you are training your soul to find home. Let prayer become the place where your storm is handed over. Want Scripture become the voice that interrupts panic. Let gratitude become a small window where light enters. Let worship become the breath that reminds your heart, "I am greater than the weather around you." My beloved child, peace also comes when you release the need to know the whole future. Much unrest is born from demanding certainty before the appointed time. You want to know every outcome so you can feel safe. But I am calling you to feel safe in me before you know every outcome. You do not need the whole story tonight. You need my presence tonight. You do not need every answer before morning. You need grace for this breath, this moment, this step. My beloved child, I am not slow to comfort you. Sometimes you cannot feel comfort because your hands are closed around control. Open them. Let go of the imagined ending. Let go of the conversation you keep rehearsing. Let go of the timeline you keep demanding. Let go not because it does not matter, but because it matters too much for you to carry without me. I can hold what worries you. I can guide what confuses you. I can repair what feels fragile. I can move in places you cannot reach. When you surrender, peace enters like quiet rain on dry ground. It may not crash into the room. It may not feel dramatic. It may begin as a small loosening in your chest, a softer breath, a thought that says, "I am not alone." Do not overlook that. That small peace is holy. Let it grow. The peace of God will guard your heart and mind. A guard stands at the gate. My peace stands guard over the entrance of your inner life, telling fear it cannot rule here, telling despair it cannot build a throne here, telling shame it has no permission to name you. My beloved child, let my peace guard you before the storm ends. Let it stand between you and panic. Let it teach your thoughts to slow down. Let it hold your heart when the answer is still coming. Let this truth become your shelter today, not a distant idea, but a present place where your tired soul can sit and remember that I am near. One day the clouds will shift. One day you will understand more than you do now. One day you will see that I was working while you were waiting. But you do not have to postpone peace until that day. Receive it now, in the unfinished place, in the midnight hour, in the room where questions remain. I am your peace before the storm ends. And when my peace begins to settle within you, your eyes will open to something gentle and beautiful. You will start to find me not only in great miracles, but in ordinary moments, in quiet breath, in morning light, in simple mercy, and in the small places where my presence has been waiting for you. My beloved child, as my peace settles within you before the storm is finished, I want to open your eyes to something gentle. You have often looked for me only in the great moment, the sudden miracle, the loud breakthrough, or the answer that changes everything at once. But I have also been near in places so ordinary that you nearly pass them by. Find me in ordinary moments. Find me in the breath you take before the day begins. Find me in the quiet light entering the room. Find me in the small mercy of another morning. Find me in the strength that helps you rise when your heart still feels tender. Find me in the simple grace that carries you through what no one else sees. My beloved child, I am not only present in mountain-shaking moments. I am present in the cup of water, the open window, the short prayer, the quiet walk, the hand placed over a tired heart. I am present when you pause before answering from anger. I am present when you choose gratitude for one small thing. I am present when you sit in silence and let your soul stop running. You may think these moments are too small for heaven, but heaven often enters through the small door. A whisper can carry my voice. A simple meal can carry my care. A quiet room can become holy ground when your heart turns toward me. Do not wait for life to become dramatic before you believe I am speaking. Do not wait for the sky to open before you honor the grace already around you. Many of my gifts arrive wrapped in simplicity. If you are always searching for thunder, you may miss the tenderness of my nearness in the breeze. Remember Elijah. He expected danger, exhaustion, and fear to swallow him. Yet I met him first with rest, bread, and water. Those were not small gifts to a weary prophet. They were my care in ordinary form. Before I gave him the next assignment, I tended his body and quieted his soul. My beloved child, I care about your daily life. I care about your tired mornings. I care about the meals you rush through. I care about the thoughts you carry while washing dishes, driving, working, waiting, or lying awake at night. No place in your day is too plain for my presence. Invite me there. Invite me into the first breath of morning. Invite me into the task you do not enjoy. Invite me into the conversation you are afraid to have. Invite me into the moment when your thoughts start to spiral. Invite me into the quiet before sleep. You do not have to create a perfect spiritual atmosphere before I come near. I am already near. You are learning to notice. You are learning to turn your heart toward me in the middle of ordinary life. My beloved child, this is how companionship with me grows, not only through great events, but through repeated returning, a glance toward heaven while you work, a whispered thank you before eating, a pause before reacting, a moment of honesty when you say, Father, I need help right now, a breath where you receive my peace instead of obeying fear. These are not interruptions to spiritual life. They are spiritual life. Mary sat at the feet of Jesus and listened while Martha was troubled by many things. I did not reject service, but I revealed the needed thing. Presence before performance, listening before rushing, nearness before striving. Mary chose to receive, and that choice made an ordinary room sacred. I want to make the rooms of your life sacred too. The kitchen can become sacred when gratitude rises there. The road can become sacred when prayer fills the silence. The workplace can become sacred when integrity is offered there. The bedroom can become sacred when tears are released into my care. The ordinary becomes holy when you meet me inside it. My beloved child, stop believing that your life must look impressive to be meaningful. Much of what matters most grows quietly. A child learns safety through small daily signs of love. A friendship deepens through many ordinary conversations. A garden flourishes through repeated watering, not one spectacular storm. In the same way, your walk with me deepens through humble moments of attention. I am in the faithful repetition. I am in the quiet return. I am in the unseen choice to trust me again. When you begin to notice me in ordinary moments, gratitude will awaken. You will see that you have not been as alone as fear said. You will notice my patience in the delay, my kindness in the provision, my protection in what did not happen, my comfort in the words that arrived at the right time, my mercy in the strength that kept you from giving up. My beloved child, gratitude does not ignore pain. It opens a window inside pain. It lets light enter the room where grief has been sitting. It says, Father, I still have questions, but I also see your hand here. I still feel tired, but I recognize this small grace. I still wait for answers, but I will not miss the mercy of today. This kind of seeing will protect your heart from despair. Despair narrows the view until only loss remains. Gratitude widens the view until grace becomes visible again. Ask me to give you eyes for grace. Ask me to help you notice what hurry has hidden. Ask me to make you sensitive to my nearness in the simple places. I will teach you. I will slow your spirit. I will help you see that even an ordinary day can become a message from my heart. My beloved child, do not despise small beginnings, small mercies, small prayers, or small joys. A sunrise does not shout, yet it changes the sky. A seed does not announce itself, yet it carries harvest. A gentle word may seem quiet, yet it can lift a wounded soul. My kingdom often moves through what the world overlooks. So look again. Look at the breath in your lungs. Look at the strength that remains. Look at the friend who checked on you. Look at the peace that arrived for a moment when you expected panic. Look at the door that closed before harm could enter. Look at the way you kept going. I was there. I am there. I will continue to be there. Nothing offered in love disappears before me. My beloved child, make your daily life a place of meeting. Speak to me while you walk. Listen for me while you wait. Thank me while you work. Rest with me when you are tired. Let ordinary moments become small altars where your heart remembers who holds you. And as you learn to find me in the ordinary, you will begin to understand the beauty of hidden faithfulness. The small prayers, quiet acts, private obedience, and unnoticed kindness are not lost. They are becoming treasure in my sight. Stay with me, and I will show you how hidden faithfulness becomes eternal treasure. My beloved child, as you learn to find me in ordinary moments, I want to speak to the faithfulness that no one else may see. The small prayers, the quiet acts of kindness, the forgiveness you choose when your heart still aches, the obedience you offer without applause. These things may look hidden on earth, but they are not hidden from heaven. Hidden faithfulness becomes eternal treasure. Do not believe that only what is public has value. Do not believe that only what is praised matters. Do not believe that your quiet obedience disappears because no one clapped, noticed, thanked you, or understood the cost. I see what others miss. I remember what others forget. I receive what is offered to me in love, even when it is small and unseen. My beloved child, your Father sees in secret. Jesus taught this so your heart would not be chained to performance. When you pray, in the quiet room I hear. When you give without needing your name attached, I know. When you choose righteousness while no one is watching, I am present. When you keep your heart clean in a place where compromise would be easy, heaven sees the weight of that choice. The world measures loudly. I measure truly. The world counts platforms, praise, attention, and visible success. I count surrender, humility, purity, endurance, mercy, and love. The world may overlook a gentle act, but I do not. The world may ignore the person who keeps serving quietly, but I do not. The world may never know how much strength it took for you to remain faithful, but I know every tear behind that faithfulness. My beloved child, think of the poor widow who placed 2 small coins into the offering. Others gave larger amounts, and their gifts may have looked greater to human eyes. But Jesus saw differently. He saw the heart. He saw the cost. He saw that her small gift carried deep trust. Her offering was hidden in size, but great in love. So do not despise what you can offer today. Do not say it is too little. Do not say it makes no difference. Do not say it is unseen, therefore it is useless. A small act done with love can become treasure in my hands. A quiet prayer offered from a tired heart can rise like incense before me. A simple kindness given when you are weary can carry more beauty than a grand gesture done for attention. I look at the heart beneath the action. My beloved child, I know the hidden sacrifices you have made. I know the times you kept going when you wanted to quit. I know the times you spoke gently when anger stood at the door. I know the times you released revenge and chose to let me judge rightly. I know the times you cared for someone while your own heart needed care. I know the times you trusted me when the answer was still far away. Nothing is lost with me. I have kept every hidden offering safely before me always. Not one prayer, not one tear, not one act of obedience, not one quiet decision to choose love. This truth should comfort you. You do not need to announce every sacrifice for it to matter. You do not need to prove your goodness to every person. You do not need to make your faithfulness visible so it can become valuable. Its value is already known because I see it. My beloved child, hidden faithfulness also protects your heart from pride. When you do what is right only to be seen, your soul becomes dependent on response. But when you learn to do what is right before me, your soul becomes steady. You become free from needing applause to continue. You become free from bitterness when people fail to notice. You become free to love because love itself is an offering to me. This is a deep freedom. You can serve quietly and remain joyful. You can give without feeling empty. You can obey without needing to be admired. You can stay faithful even when the only audience is heaven. My beloved child, remember David again in the fields. Long before a crown, there was a harp-sheep wilderness and hidden courage. He was faithful in a place his family did not consider important. Yet I saw the heart being formed there. The hidden field became the preparation for the throne. The sheepfold became a school of worship, courage, and trust. So it is with you. The hidden place is not wasted when I am forming the heart. The unnoticed task is not small when it is done unto me. The private battle is not meaningless when you choose truth in it. The unseen faithfulness is not forgotten when heaven records it. My beloved child, sometimes you grow weary because faithfulness feels slow. You wonder if it matters to keep praying for the same person. You wonder if it matters to keep choosing integrity when others cut corners. You wonder if it matters to remain kind when kindness is not returned. You wonder if it matters to keep showing up in small obedience. It matters, more than you know. Seeds do not shout from the soil, yet they are alive. Roots do not demand attention, yet they are holding the tree. Lamps do not argue with darkness, they simply keep shining. Your hidden faithfulness is working in ways you cannot yet measure. I am using it to shape you. I am using it to bless others. I am using it to store treasure that moth, rust, and time cannot destroy. My beloved child, eternal treasure is not only something far away, it begins whenever your heart chooses what lasts over what fades. Approval fades, image fades, applause fades, possessions fade, but love given in my name remains. Mercy remains. Truth remains. Forgiveness remains. Faith working through love remains. So choose what remains. Choose the quiet good. Choose the honest word. Choose the prayer no one hears. Choose the mercy no one applauds. Choose the obedience that pleases me. I know there are days when hidden faithfulness feels lonely, but you are not alone in it. I am closer than the silence around you. I am the one receiving your offering. I am the one strengthening your hands. I am the one placing meaning into what others may never recognize. My beloved child, continue doing good when no one notices. Continue praying when no one thanks you. Continue forgiving, not because pain was small, but because your soul belongs to me. Continue walking in truth when compromise looks easier. Continue choosing light when darkness invites you to become bitter. Your hidden yes is precious. Your unseen love is precious. Your quiet endurance is precious. And as you keep walking in this hidden faithfulness, you will be ready for the final word I want to place over your heart today. Do not stop now. Do not let the darkness steal your light. Keep walking in hope, in peace, in prayer, and in love. This is my word for you today, my beloved child. Keep walking in light. My beloved child, this is my word for you today. After all that I have spoken into your heart, I want you to receive this truth with peace. Do not stop walking now. Do not let the darkness convince you that your light has failed. Do not let weariness make you forget how far my grace has carried you. Keep walking in light, not because every road is easy, not because every question has been answered, not because you feel strong every moment. Keep walking in light because I am with you, because my word guides you, because my love holds you, and because the life I placed within you was never meant to be surrendered to fear. My beloved child, you have walked through valleys, storms, hidden seasons, dry places, and moments when the noise around you tried to drown out my voice. Yet you are here. Your heart may be tired, but it is reaching. Your faith may feel small, but it is breathing. Your hope may sometimes flicker, but it has not been extinguished. I have kept you. I have held you. I have been nearer than you knew. When you thought you were only surviving, I was strengthening roots beneath you. When you thought you were delayed, I was preparing what you could not yet see. When you thought you were alone, I was walking with you in places too quiet for others to notice. When you thought the dry ground meant the end, I was already preparing living water. So now, my beloved child, lift your head gently, not with pride, not with pressure, not with a need to prove anything to the world. Lift your head because you are loved. Lift your head because I have not abandoned you. Lift your head because there is still a path of grace before you. The light I call you to walk in is not a performance. It is not pretending you have no pain. It is not smiling while your heart hides from me. Walking in light means bringing everything into my presence. Your joy, your fear, your questions, your wounds, your gratitude, your weakness, your desire to begin again. Bring it all. There is no part of your heart I cannot meet. There is no shadow in you that my mercy is afraid to touch. There is no wound so old that my love cannot enter it. Scripture says that if we walk in the light, we have fellowship, and cleansing comes through grace. My beloved child, light is not the place where you are exposed to be rejected. Light is the place where you are healed because you are loved. Darkness hides pain and lets it grow. Light brings pain into my hands where it can be cleansed, named, and restored. So walk with me honestly. Do not return to old hiding places. Do not build a home in shame. Do not let fear make you silent before me. If you stumble, come back into the light. If you feel weak, come back into the light. If you become distracted, come back into the light. If your heart grows heavy again, come back into the light. The path is not held together by your perfection. It is held together by my faithfulness. My beloved child, I want you to keep walking in prayer. Let prayer become your daily breath, not only your emergency cry. Speak to me in the morning, before the world fills your mind. Speak to me when you are working, waiting, driving, cooking, resting, hurting, and hoping. I am not distant from ordinary moments. I am near enough to hear the quietest turning of your heart. Keep walking in gratitude. Gratitude will help you notice grace when fear tries to narrow your vision. Thank me for the strength to rise. Thank me for the small provision. Thank me for the closed door that protected you. Thank me for the breath in your lungs. Thank me for the people who love you well. Thank me even for the lessons that came through difficulty, not because pain was easy, but because I did not waste it. Keep walking in kindness. Do not let the world make you cruel. Do not let disappointment steal the tenderness I planted in you. Be wise, yes. Keep boundaries, yes. But do not let wisdom become bitterness. Let your life carry mercy. Let your words carry peace. Let your presence remind others that light still exists in a weary world. Keep walking in truth. Do not feed yourself lies and wonder why your soul feels weak. Let my word become the lamp again. Let truth interrupt panic. Let truth correct shame. Let truth strengthen tired places. When fear says you are forgotten, answer with truth. When shame says you are unworthy, answer with truth. When the enemy says your story is over, answer with truth. Your story is not over. Your light is not gone. Your Father is not finished. My beloved child, remember that light does not always roar. Sometimes it glows quietly in a dark room. Sometimes it shines through one gentle answer, one patient choice, one honest prayer, one act of forgiveness, one day of endurance. Do not despise quiet light. Many souls are guided home by light that did not try to impress anyone. I am calling you to steady light, a light that keeps returning to me, a light that refuses to let pain become its master, a light that shines because it is connected to the source. When you feel weary, come to me. When you feel uncertain, ask me. You do not have to run the whole road today. You only need to take the next step with me, and as you walk, I will guide you. I will strengthen you. I will correct you with love. I will comfort you with tenderness. I will open what must open and close what must close. I will turn even the parts you do not understand into places where grace can grow. My beloved child, this is my word for you today. Do not miss it. You are seen. You are held. You are being formed. You are being healed. You are being led. The valley did not defeat you. The storm did not own you. The fire did not destroy you. The hidden season did not erase you. The dry place did not end you. I have been with you through it all. Now continue. Walk in light when the morning feels bright. Walk in light when the evening feels heavy. Walk in light when answers come slowly. Walk in light when joy returns softly. Walk in light when no one sees your faithfulness but me. I bless your next step. I bless your tired heart. I bless the hope rising. I bless the peace I am placing within you. I bless the road ahead, not without challenge, but because you will not walk it without me. Keep walking, my beloved child. Keep praying, keep trusting, keep loving, keep choosing what is eternal. Keep walking in light, and you will discover that my presence has been your shelter, strength, guide, and home.